What's up, nation? Really appreciate you all. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to talk about, boy, this Cowboys lost, although we won in a losing fashion. We're 8-8. There's no way you can cookie cut this thing all around. We are average at best. And the way I look at it is that I don't think that this team with Jason Garrett understands the total picture. I was live on Instagram. You can see most of that footage there. It was so many things I would like to bring up to the table. First and foremost, I would say that I don't think Jerry Jones is going to depart himself from his son, Jason Garrett. I don't think Jerry Jones is going to move on from Jason Garrett. I don't think so. I really do think that Jerry Jones is looking at the aspect of they put up 44 or what how many points they put up, 45 points, whatever the number, the ending number was against the Washington Redskins team. He's going to try to sell everybody, including me, the fact that, hey, this was just an off season, a matter of circumstances. If the ball bounced a few ways, a different way. If we changed out the kicker earlier, then we'll be in the playoff. You see? And then anything can spark from there. I don't think that Jerry Jones is going to fire his son, although he don't have a contract. I just don't think that that's going to be the situation or the scenario. Um, it don't mean anything. Yeah, you're right, John. It don't mean nothing. All I can say is from here is that and wishing that the Eagles be one and done is. I feel what you're saying, Daniel, but that's nothing for us right there. That's nothing for us to wish for when we had the opportunity. And it's quite funny to me that that Jets game came back to hunt us. Because if we beat the Jets, we're in the playoff. That's crazy. If we beat the Chicago Bears, we're in the playoff. If we take care of business against the Green Bay Packers, I think we're in the playoff. If we are able to beat, I'm gonna say this again. If we are able to beat the Chicago Bears and also the Jets and also the team that we should have won against, I can say the Patriots team was a team that maybe in a neutral field without the tripping calls and these sorts of things, maybe things could happen. But all of these just sounds like excuses. Huh? Yeah. It seems like they're going to keep Jason Garrett, in my opinion. Let's look at the total picture. Somebody may have the actual numbers, but outside of the interim part, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8 for 3 straight years, right? Is that how it goes? And then what was his other year? 9-7, something like that, or was it 13-3? Was it 12-4? Somebody help me out, because I don't feel like putting up his stats. But I think that he only had one losing season. Is that correct? He only had one losing season. Yeah, I mean, no playoff, 13-3. So 8-8, 8-8. 10 years, no championship games. Yeah, only one losing season in 2015. That was the year where he went 4-12. And I'm not being an apologist for Jason Garrett. Trust me. But at some point, we have to look at it and say, because even when you had Tony Romo, a whole different quarterback, you still had the same results. He still had the same results. Yeah, if you franchise Dak Prescott, you might as well franchise Jason Garrett if you can do that with a coach. That's just the reality of it. Um, what's up with you, Ron Smith? Really appreciate you for tuning in. Dabo for a head coach. I just don't think that Jerry Jones and his mindset will go after a college coach. Joe says, "Law, we suck." At this point, there's no evidence to prove that we don't. 8-8. Now it will be groundbreaking that they sit there and look at it and say, "Well, Jason Garrett is an average coach, but name me a billionaire that's going to own up to his mistakes." Yeah. Jerry wants a puppet. Yes, Locks, you 100%. And here's the thing for all of the Eagles fans that's out there and all of the Eagles diehards out there, shout out to you all for winning the NFC East. Shout out to you all. And mods, don't ban them. Let them speak because they was faced with a similar situation with Andy Reid. Andy Reid is not a slump of a coach. I think that he's for damn sure a good coach. However, he couldn't get over the hump with the Eagles, but at least he took the Eagles to the Super Bowl. That's the hat that he was able to say, hey, I took the Eagles to the Super Bowl. It was my quarterback. He folded up like a wallet. He was throwing up and these sorts of things. Shout out to the Eagles. Shout out to them. However, they said to themselves, you know what? It's not enough for us. Let's start to move on a little bit. And they moved on. They went and got a Chip Kelly. It was a disaster. It was good for us Cowboys fans. It was good because at one point we could look at Chip Kelly and say, you know what? This is a blessing for us. This whole entire franchise is a dumpster. They just putting everything in the trash, just grinding away. They took away all of their talent. But they said, you know what? Bump it. 2 tears in a bucket, pluck it. Let's just go ahead and get another coach. This is within the same time parameters that we have Jason Garrett. And what I'm trying to lament to people, what I'm lamenting is what I'm trying to say is that you should never be satisfied with comfort. You know, Andy Reid was comfort. He had a lot of comfortabilities over there at the Eagles land. They got rid of him. And I don't think that there's an Eagle fan right now that say, you know what, I regret of leaving Andy Reid behind. Find me one Eagle fan that will say that. They moved on. And I hate to give glory and love and adulations towards the Eagles because they are a dumpster fire. We know. But we are the laughing stock of the NFL, of any sports league around the world. There's nobody that being talked about, sullied, and denigrated upon like the Dallas Cowboys. Because on all of the major networks, from Fox, from ESPN, from NFL Network, they even picking up the trend. There's nobody that we can run to. There's nobody that we can say, hey, let's give some hope for this team. Because there's nobody. Because time after time after time, we fall flat on our face. Shout out to Justin, man. Really appreciate you. 2020 off the season will be exciting. 2020. You know what, Justin? I really appreciate the donation to help grow the nation because we need every penny and every penny count. But I'm going to say this right quick. We've been saying that since 1995. So the Eagles went off and got Coach Peterson. And I would say this, they went to 3 playoff games in a row. 3 playoff games or going to the playoff 3 times in a row. I think that if we can find a coach that can get us to 3 playoff games or going to 3 playoffs in seasons in a row, we will build a statue in his name. And that's not even good. That's shooting below par. But this is the reality. This team with all of the talent in the world. See, this is the thing that gets me. People will look at this team because when Jimmy Johnson say that this is a Super Bowl talented team, people say, well, nah, they 8-8. They'll look at it and say to themselves, you know, the players, there's not enough talent on this team. There's a lot of talent on this team. A lot of talent. A lot of talent. Tonight, my MVP goes out to Michael Gallup. The boy showed up and showed out. He was ready. Shout out to Jalen Smith. He played his ass off. Shout out to him. Although, you know, I don't like his overall complex or his mentality of the situation, but shout out to him. He played his you-know-what off, you know. I done already said it. He played his ass off. Shout out to Jalen Smith. Those 2 boys balled out. Number 13 is good and great against one-on-one coverage. And shout out to Kai Forbath for making the kicks. Because if the Dallas Cowboys made the adjustments and made the changing, back then, we'll be in the playoff, believe it or not. It's about making changes and adjustment. It's about using the analytics. It's about coaching within the parameters of the game. It's also coaching beyond the fray. It's also about doing your researches, but all we got is a coach that says, "How you doing, guys?" and smiling. And there's a segment of population of people that will look at it and they can't differentiate the Jason Garrett, the person, versus Jason Garrett, the head coach. Trust me, if anybody in this chat, if you met Jason Garrett in person, you will not cuss him out. You will not talk or down upon him. He got a glowing, well, bubbly, warm personality. A great person, knowledge, real cool, calm and collected, poised in the situation. But Jason Garrett, the head coach, I'm telling people right now, he's no room, he have no business of being the head coach. He have no longitude and latitude of being the head coach. I may be wrong. They might get rid of Jason Garrett. He goes to another team and win 5 Super Bowls in a row. Hell, if that happened, I may be the person to go play the lottery and win $3.5 billion myself. You see how the odds are? Garrett, the person, is great. Garrett, the head coach, is trash to me. And the Dallas Cowboys media and the people that ask and answer the questions, they are all liars, you see. Because there's nobody that have a set of cojones to say, when he says, "How you doing, guys?" There's nobody that can say, "We ain't doing good." They ask these powder puff questions. Every last one of all of the beat writers, they ask these sorry, silly questions, and they keep giving him momentum, keep giving him the pass. That's what I'm really mad about. How you doing, guys? Oh, hey, we doing good. Come on, can anybody give us some thunder? They ask these soft questions. You know why they ask these soft questions? So they can go on Jerry Jones' trip around the world and with Oxnard, so they can be invited to those media parties. There's nobody that can hold anything accountability. And Jerry Jones, you see, out of all of the 31 other teams out there, Jerry Jones is the only guy, and Stephen Jones is next in line to give his press conference, to give his speech, to give his thoughts, to give his inputs of the game. The guy is so old, it looks like if he falls and trips, he's going to break something. He's never going to walk again. And I'm not talking ill of Jerry Jones, but people out there with eyes can see. It's straight up crazy, Cowboy Nation, that we allowed this to happen to our beloved team. And Jerry, there's nobody that can ask or give Jerry Jones the real honest question. There's nobody. And they were so polite when they speak to Jerry Jones because they're scared. They're scared of what his repercussions and ramifications may be. It's insanity. They keep giving him energy, keep giving him flavor, on and on again, because they want to go to his party. They want to be invited to the next party. You know what? Every game they show up to Dallas, they fly in on a helicopter. They drop the first set of Joneses off. The helicopter then releases and leave into the atmosphere and pick up the other sets of Joneses, and they drop them off. They sit there and wait, and they're grinning and skidding. And on top of that, they pick up and they drive a limo to come in to pick them up from there, drop them off in their ensuite. They go up, they watch the game, they twiddle their hands around, and they make millions. Not thousands, millions. And didn't you guys know that just before yesterday, Jerry Jones and company made other millions because they had a game, they had a college game. Don't you know that they had a high school game? That stadium is nothing but pumping money. And I say people this all the time, that stadium making all of this money. Events after events, boxing, monster truck, crush riding, hockey. You can play anything in there, making millions and millions of dollars. And I'm sitting there looking like, Jerry Jones is not about the Dallas Cowboys. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care. Because if he was about the Dallas Cowboys, he would want to punch something. He would want to make this team work. He would go out there and find the best coach. You see, he would not accept this 8-8 mentality. He would not accept this team being mediocre that they are. Because I go back to this and I have yet to find anybody that can prove it, and that yet to find anybody that can out-debate me on this situation. Jerry Jones, when he had that stadium build, when he had that $3.2 billion stadium build, he didn't pick a first-time construction worker to build that stadium. He didn't pick Joe from down the street and say, hey, you down there in DeSoto, you down there in Duncanville, you build a few houses, come build this stadium for me. No, he went and got the best. Oh, he didn't stop there as well. When he built that $3.5 billion workout facility, $3.5 billion workout facility, it's going to be state of the art. Did he go out there and get somebody the first time ever contracting? He went and got the best. Oh, so you went and purchased all of these good things. You went and bought all these good things. You went and made sure that you got all of the state-of-the-art equipment and all of the state-of-the-art supplies and everything beyond. But you went out there and got an average coach, an unproven coach who never won anything, was a backup for most of his career, don't have a branch or anything that you can pull from, and you thinking that we're going to sit back and say, okay, we're going to go through some growing pains. And it's going on 10 years now. And yes, the resume doesn't look bad at all. If you think about it, I know that there's teams like the Cleveland Browns, the Jets, believe it or not, even though they beat us. Even I can say this. You can pull up the other teams that's out there at the bottom end of their situation. They can say, man, I wish we had the Dallas Cowboys records in the last 10 years. We are the Dallas Cowboys. There should be standards set. There should be opportunities sitting out there and to go. Joe Garcia says that. I can't repeat what you're saying, Joe, but I feel what you're saying, but it is what it is. Yeah, they don't hate to lose. Yeah, they don't hate to lose. Look, my guy, Mark Holmes, believe it or not, and shout out to him. He posts every day. He posts every situation when he get a chance to. But one of the videos was very capitalizing. Very capitalizing. He posted, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, he posted a video of Jason Garrett press conference after they lost to the LA Rams. And I kid you not, you can plug that press conference in any other press conference, whether we won or lost, and you would never know. You would never know whether or not we won or whether or not we lost. And to me personally, I think that the people that's listening to my voice right now, it's not the fact that Jerry Jones and Jason Garrett total, I guess, I can say coaching philosophy is flawed, but it's more so in the fact of his responses. You see, you want somebody. That's why I think we won the game when he had the challenge flag and he looked at it and he threw it in an aggressive way. And we was like, yes, that's the Jason Garrett we want to see, you see. But I'm thinking that collectively, when you look at Jason Garrett, it's not the fact that his coaching philosophy is so fraud. It's the fact that his reaction is just as trash. This, how you doing, guys? You know, I'm tired of that shit, you know? That's my second cuss word I can say today. I'm going to say 3 of them. I'm tired of that shit. It's like, how you doing, guys? You know, I'm so sick and tired of it. I can't stand it. I can't stand the fact that when we lose, he's grinning and skinning and he's shaking the opposing team's hand like, It's like, come on, man. Give me some emotions. Identify with us fans that pay. Look, you know what? There's people that pay $3,000 and $5,000 to go to those games. $3,000 and $5,000 on a teacher's salary. They barely make $40,000 a year. They save up some money to get to the game, and this is the product that we see. You say, and none of this cowboy stuff cheap. None of it. And people are paying high dollar, high money for this situation. And all we get is, how you doing, guys? Oh, we're going to take this as a process day by day. We still going to learn on the situation. Hey, it's just like smiling. Like, to me personally, it's cool and all to be optimistic, but damn it, not with the Dallas Cowboys. It's been 10 years. Let's find somebody else and let's move on. I don't care. I don't care if we bring in a Chip Kelly and we go to 2 back-to-back losing seasons. But guess what? You fire him and you find that guy. You see? Don't you think that the Eagles looked at it and said, well, we're Andy Reid. We tired of this situation. He's a great dynamic coach. And on top of that, he's better than Jason Garrett. But they got rid of him. They moved on. They folded their bed and they said, let's just move on. And Andy Reid is doing a great job with the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll be idiotic to say otherwise. He's doing a great job with them. But they moved on. Your services is no longer welcome here. Said Chip Kelly, your services is no longer welcome here. Doug Peterson, and the thing is, we're crazy after of it all. In 2017, they had a slew of injuries to come about for the Philadelphia Eagles. Slew of injuries. The main quarterback got down and got put down. Bring in Nick Foles. The system, it was able to plug and play. It put this guy in, Nick Foles. And he was able to replicate and continue the process. They won. They took gambles. They went in free agency. They picked up guys, the Ronald Darby's of the world. They went and got some more people to help out on the defense because they understood the philosophy of the situation. The following year, they were high on the sauce, and then they crumbled a little bit, but they figured out something. Let's put back to the system. They crawled their way, and they made it to the playoff. Oh, year 3, same situation. It was year 4 for them. And all we can hear about is excuses after excuses. We just hear the same excuses with the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott sucks. Dak Prescott sucks. Amari Cooper sucks. Oh, Ezekiel Elliott sucks. Sucks. And this is what piss poor performance with coaching brings in, the mentality. I heard it was a video that I did earlier this week. DeMarcus Lawrence, the fan base, they suck. You know, they the reason why we lose and these sorts of things. It's crazy, Cowboy Nation. It is flat out crazy. It is flat out crazy. But this is the reality of it, Cowboy Nation. When you don't have an identity, you'll be suckered and fooled up every single day. It's always the fan fault. It's always somebody else's fault, you say. In actuality, we know who's the issue is. We know who the problem is. Shout out to you, man, Derek Smith. The fans talk when they say the players suck. The fans suck. Get a coach from the AFC. Yeah. This is from Ore. Shout out to you. Anyone watch Clemson play? Their coach yesterday. I didn't see that. I didn't see the Clemson play. But the Clemson won, though, so it's going to be LSU versus Clemson. Is that correct? Yeah. The Eagles done next week. This is from Rodney Ellis. Yeah. I mean, if you look at the total picture of the playoffs, I think when I was live on my Instagram, you know, for those who really want to go to just see some of the games, go to my Instagram, click on my storyline. I think it'll be up for another 24 hours or so. Hold on right quick. I'll be right back. somebody give me some water. Yeah. Shout out to you, Locks, who just made the donation to help grow the nation. Get your bars up. Yeah. Leadership. Yeah, this is all about leadership. Thank you for the donation to help grow the nation. I'm almost out of this water. But that's the reality of it, Cowboy Nation. We sit back and we look at this thing the way it is, and we say to ourselves, that this too can change, but it don't. It's the same thing over and over and over again. It's everybody's fault, but nobody look at the common denominator. Nobody look at the common denominator. Nobody look at the common denominator. Nobody. What did D-Law say? I'm talking about from earlier. I don't know what he said in his departing press conference, but he was saying that earlier. The fact that it's the fans or it's the losing of focus. They were focused in and dialed in today. But it's against a 3-12 team. Now it's a 3-13 team. If anything, the Redskins did themselves a favor by losing. And that's the reality of it. Now we have to sit back. We have to sit back and say to ourselves, okay, maybe next year, and we get the chance to see everybody that said the Cowboys would fold, and they folded. Chris Richard needs to be held accountable also. All that rah-rah on the sideline last season and now looks kind of poo-poo. This is from Natasha. Appreciate you, Natasha. Cowboys. Here's the thing. Here's my gripe with Richard. He came in here preaching and teaching, accountability, each one teach one, that type of situation. Good stuff. Don't get it twisted. Good stuff. Good philosophies in life that will help you out in a individual type of job apparatus. Good stuff. However, he set back, and this is why I blame Chris Richard. When it was time to pick up a Warren Thornhill, he said, you know what? The defensive coach said that they need a defensive presence on their front four. Let's get a Tristan Hill. Let me know how valuable Tristan Hill been this year. Hell, if you coaching, you the new coach, and they giving you the opportunity to voice your opinion, don't you think that I'm going to think, it's good to be selfish sometime. It's good to be selfish sometime. I'm going to repeat, it's good to be selfish sometime. You say, no, I want Warren Thornhill. I think that he can make more plays for us. I think that, hell, instead of the ball bouncing off his body last week, because the boys that showed out this week should have showed out last week, the Gallups of the world. The Woods, because Woods played pretty decent and solid tonight, but he should have showed up last week. That ball that bounced off his body, hit him right in the hands, hit him right in the 2-5. I'm going to down this water right quick so my voice can be there. Playmakers make plays, baby. Playmakers make plays. Ball bouncing all over his hand. Don't you know that last week, if he took that interception, they would have flipped the whole entire game? Game falls down to what game of inches. Thornhill got hurt today. Yeah. I didn't get a chance to see that. Rob Marinelli want Jeff Heath and John Lynch to be. Yeah. 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 Eric Bieniemy to move. What you think about Eric Bieniemy? He'll help out Tony Pollard. He'll help out Ezekiel Elliott. There are some plays even in this Redskin game that we was looking at it like, hey, what's that? Hey, what's going on with here? Offense stall. Dak Prescott, he looked like 2017 Dak Prescott, not getting the ball out, holding on to the ball forever in his life, causing the fumbles. Montez Sweat is a person that we really going to have to worry about next year. And to me personally, Montez Sweat, their situation with him, and I think that Urban Meyer, if I'm Urban Meyer, he probably can look at the Washington team. He can say, okay, Snyder give me full control. That's a team that I can look at and say, okay, they got the defensive pieces around. They got some people that I'm familiar with as it relates to quarterbacking. Let me run my system with them. You want to play the Niners? Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is, Cowboy Nation. It is what it is. All right, Cowboy Nation. Seems like I'm doing a lot of coughing and staring on, so I'm going to clear myself. I really appreciate you all. Thank you all for tuning in for this season. Really appreciate it. That's all the time that I have for today. I think I'm losing my voice. Go re-up and get things going in the right direction. I really appreciate you all. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you are still listening in to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. I'm out. Peace.